Alright, so I got a tip for you guys if you're changing out the hub assembly on your Subaru Crosstrek. It may work for other Subarus, other models as well, I'm not really sure. But I tried to replace my other wheel bearing on the other side a while back, and I spent my whole Saturday with pry bars and chisels trying to get this hub assembly off. And I took it to a shop, and the guy did it by pounding out, so this attaches here, and there's bolts in there, and he backed out the bolts and he pounded them from the backside. So I thought we would be able to do that this time, but we spent hours trying to do that. So it did not work for us, but we did find something that did work. And you will need access to a welder, and you're gonna have to buy a couple things. But I just want to show you what we did to make it work. What happens is this piece here gets seized inside of the bracket on the car, and it just doesn't come out. And I've watched videos where people struggle with this, and I found something that actually worked pretty well. So the secret actually is a slide hammer. We'll get to what we did here first, but initially we attached this on here, and then we bolted it to the existing hub assembly like this. And then basically this gets inserted in here, threaded on there, and pulled off. So I was hoping the whole thing would come apart, but all we got was this came out of here. So we got this out, and then that got us that out of the way, and it exposed these threads here. So what I did was I bought a couple extra bolts for in there, and we tried to use that slide hammer to pull it out, and it just wasn't working. So what we ended up doing was taking one of the bolts and welding it to the end of this slide hammer. Now I don't know how much this slide hammer costs. I would imagine you can get it at Harbor Freight or something. It's probably not that expensive, but ours was kind of messed up anyways. But even if it wasn't, it was worth what we did. All I did was weld a bolt onto the end of here, and then we were able to thread it into here and then through the slide hammer, and it instantly worked. Everything else we tried, we were banging on this thing for hours and hours, and it didn't work. But we did this, came right off, and then now we're ready to put it back together. So hopefully this tip helps somebody, because I know how frustrating this job is, and yeah, I'm happy that I can get going to put it back together now.